take a moment and talk about some progression and line motion in D minor using a kind of Bach harmony and motion. So both of these are going to end up resolving to D minor by way of A7 types. But we're going to get there through lines rather than through block chords. So this first idea is really a minor 2-5 in D minor. That means if D is 1, 5th fret of the 5th string, then E, and in this case, since it's minor, it's E minor 7 flat 5. You might know that voicing, 7 8 7 8. We're going to end up going to 5, which is here at the 5th fret of the 6th string, and that's A, 5th scale degree of D. So we're going 2 5 1 in a minor key, but we're going to get there. So with a little more bass motion. So this is going to come from the 2 chord, and we're just outlining it here with a 10th. An E and a G at the 7th and 8th fret of the 5th and 2nd strings. Then with a passing tone, A here on the 1st string, 5th fret. So here's another kind of E half diminished. This is over a D bass. This is 5th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, D, E, B flat. Still part of that world of E half diminished, E minor 7 flat 5. So fingering becomes important because if we start on the wrong set of fingers, we're going to go in an entirely different direction on the board. And in this case, I am wanting to show a specific example of fingering. So the last 2, the 3rd and the 4th finger, 1st finger, and now the last 3 fingers, middle, 3rd, and 4th. Now we're staying here. And now we got an A7 chord, but what kind of A7 is this? Well, it's a 1st inversion. And you can hear that it sounds like A7, but 1st inversion chord with a flat 9 in the upper voice. So this is 4th fret, 5th fret, and 6th fret of the 5th, 2nd, and 1st strings. So again, in context. So even that much counterpoint, if you took that somewhere and started to use your ear, you might come up with a continuation line that you like. In this case, I'm going to take us right to the root of the 5 chord. So this 1st inversion, here's the 5 chord. We're just getting the 5th fret and the 8th fret of the 1st and 2nd string with A in the bass. That's enough to say A7 in this context because we already have the sound of the C sharp in our ear, so we might not need it inside. Could put it there, but maybe no need. And now a little run that I see all over the place in Baroque writing. This is a way of getting from the root position D minor to a 1st inversion D minor. So a tenth again, most potent interval. D and an F at the 5th and 6th frets of the 5th and 2nd strings. I'm doing a little filigree there. Just lifting off, hammering. Then landing with my last 2 fingers at the 7th fret of the 5th and 3rd strings. Backing that up. We can hear the diminished quality, I hope. So this is a little diminished or A7 type passing chord. This is 7th and 6th fret of the 5th and 3rd strings. And we're just going to move that up a half step to F and D at the 8th and 7th fret. So here's our line. Then I'm just doing a run to get us to the second half, which is very similar. So this is 8 and 7, hammering 7 to 8 on the 5th string, to the 5th fret of the 5th string D, and I'm hammering D, E, F, 5th, 7th, 8th fret. Now a very similar sounding line, but slightly different. Ending on first inversion. So this second part begins with a G and a D. Our tendency might be to think that this is some kind of a, maybe still half diminished. But it really is in this case. It's G minor. If I put the other voice up there, you can hear the G minorness of it. So just G and D, 5th and 7th fret of the middle 2 strings. This is 4th and 3rd strings. And we're staggering the entrances. And they're splitting. So 1st and 3rd finger are moving to 3rd and 4th finger at the 8th fret, 5th and 2nd strings. Then I'm getting, I suppose you could use 1st finger, but if you can reach 2nd finger there, we're getting a little passing tone. And now we're back to that same A over C sharp. Then we get a little suspension here. So this is again 4 and 5 on the 5th and 2nd strings. And I'm reaching out with my little finger to the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Then the 5th fret of the 6th and 2nd strings, setting up a resolution. I hope you can hear that. So A and E, I'm just laying on that F note there. And then we're going to resolve to the first inversion of the D minor over F. Middle 2 fingers, 8th and 7th fret of the 5th and 3rd strings. So I hope you can hear, I didn't do in the heat of the battle, I didn't do the fancy fill. So I hope this has been of some interest and can shed some light on the the implications of these two-note groups and how they're filling in for bigger chords, and that really in this counterpoint style we're spinning out the sound of a chord through lines over time rather than having, say, having lines that are more like blocks. We're trying to spin it out. So I hope this has been of interest. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. If you have suggestions for other topics you'd like to see discussed in these short lessons, let me know and I will give it some consideration. I appreciate your kind attention and wish you all a very good day.